We have great team chemistry, great team camaraderie, and you can just tell by the way we play. We love each other. We have a lot of fun. We're very relentless, and we're super, super competitive.
Happy Final Four Friday. Hey, Big East women's basketball fans. Megan Caffrey here with a special fast break as we are previewing the UConn Huskies Final Four matchup against the Arizona Wildcats. The Huskies coming off of a thrilling, emotional, really gritty Elite Eight win over Baylor on Monday night to bring them to their 13th straight Final Four appearance. Whereas for Arizona, it's a little bit more of this Cinderella story. The Wildcats taking down the number 2 seed Texas A&M and the 4 seed Indiana to bring them to the program's very first ever Final Four appearance. And if you like good guard play, well, you are in for an absolute treat tonight, as the Wildcats have senior guard Arie McDonald, who is quick, dynamic, and UConn head coach Gino Auriemma said is one of the most dominant guards his team has seen all season. That dominance was on perfect display in their Elite Eight game as she dropped 33 points. Whereas for UConn, well, the Huskies bring in the first freshman ever to receive the AP Women's National Player of the Year, Paige Bueckers. Bueckers has been lights out all season long and has continued that growth, that maturity throughout the NCAA tournament, most recently herself dropping 28 points in their Elite Eight game. And speaking of great guards, I spoke with a former UConn guard herself about what she is most looking forward to with this Final Four matchup. I am so excited to be joined by UConn Husky great Renee Montgomery ahead of this Final Four matchup between the Huskies and Arizona. Renee, thank you so much for joining me. Let's dive in a little bit deeper into this matchup. This is kind of the David and Goliath story, with the UConn Huskies playing in the Final Four plenty of times before, and Arizona playing in their first Final Four matchup. What do you make of this game tonight?
Well, I know that it seems like David and Goliath, but you got to remember UConn's young. And so I want people to understand that what the players at UConn are doing is unbelievable, because they're playing, everyone's like banking on the reputation of UConn always being a good team, but the players have to fulfill that. And they have done that at an extremely high level. So I never want to take away what Paige, Kristen, and Olivia and all of them are doing, Avina, because they're playing at a really high level, having not really, some of them not been there before. And with Arizona, you know, coached by Adia, that is like, I'm excited for them. You know, you can't help but be excited for coaches and their success in their different seasons. Like, that's what the tournament's all about. I know people root for those underdog teams and the David teams per se. So I think it'll be a fun matchup.
You mentioned the youth of this Husky team a little bit, and with Paige Bueckers becoming the first freshman to win the AP National Women's Player of the Year, what have you seen her done this season that really excites you, and where do you see her going throughout her career at UConn?
I think what excites me the most about what Paige does is she shows up in the moment. And what I mean by that is when the moment is big, when UConn needs her, that's when she shows up. She's knocked down big shots in the regular season when it came to against Tennessee. And we saw in even the last play, I keep calling it playoffs because I'm used to pros, but even in the last March Madness game, she was on fire. She hit 2 threes in a row at a time when they needed her. And I think that was really big. A lot of people are talking about the last shot, was it a foul or not? But UConn went on a 19-2 run to kind of get back in the game, and Paige led that charge.
You were in her shoes at one time. You were a freshman at UConn one time. You know the pressure that comes on with being in the program. How much more does that even make it even a bigger deal of what she's doing around the talent that she is surrounded by with all of her teammates on her team?
Well, you know, there was a piece where they asked a lot of UConn for alumni, you know, what's one word to describe Paige? And there were so many words that were thrown out there, but I threw out the word ready, because I think when you are in that position, the pressure almost fuels you. It did for me, at least when I was a freshman. I understood the magnitude of playing for a team like UConn and having that on the front of my chest. And I took as much pride as I did for the name on the back of my chest. And so I think that Paige is one of those people as well, that she thrives under that type of pressure.
For UConn to be able to come away tonight successfully on the court, what does this Huskies team need to do?
I think they need to play the way they know how to play. And what I mean by that is play aggressive defense, talk on defense. We switch a lot, just communicate all the time on defense and then play together on offensive end. I think UConn shares the ball so well. You can tell that they take joy in finding each other, making the extra pass. So keep on more of the same is what you have to do. You don't change your identity when you get to the Final Four. You just hammer it home more.
There's that excitement, that pride, that Husky pride. How excited? Give us your setup for tonight. How are we watching the game? What's your setup for the Final Four matchup tonight?
Oh man, listen, it's crazy because like I love to be a super fan in a sense of I think growing up in West Virginia where I didn't have a sports team necessarily to latch on to, now that I have like things to latch on to and teams to cheer for, I cheer for all the Atlanta professional sports teams, and then it's all UConn for the college. But I'm gonna be in there, have all my snackies all around me. I'm going to be pigging out on the couch. I'm going to just have fun with it because it is fun, and I think that for players, I think one of the things that like for me as a player, I enjoyed knowing that everyone was getting prepared for the game all day, and I am too. And so I know that the players know that and they understand that. And so I'm going to be in their Twitter fingers. I'm going to be tweeting about it. You know how I do. I'm going to be in here. I'm in the building. Okay.
Renee Montgomery, thank you so much for taking some time today to help us preview this Huskies Final Four matchup.
Thank you for having me. UConn Huskies.
Well, there you have it. You heard it from Renee herself. Go and get your snackies ready. I know I'm going to go and pop a big old bag of popcorn to gear up for this one. 9:30 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN. It is the UConn Huskies against the Arizona Wildcats in the Final Four. You are not going to want to miss this.